entirely because of the fact that, well, one, I sleep at night, and two, a lot of bugs seem to happen while I sleep, so I wake up to shit. I try to set a level of a standard of quality that even sometimes I can't even achieve, and it often bites me in the ass with some of the strangest bugs that happen live in production. That said, let's hit some buttons with Bizarro. If I don't suck too much, this should be fun. How are you guys doing? I heard you guys were streaming some DOS games and any other thing that I would like to imitate, like I wasn't fucking watching that stream. So I didn't even know Panda had all those other games, and I know the guy who owns the rights to all of them. Incredible. Incredible gameplay by Dinopolis. Hopefully, I can achieve similar gameplay. Casey Jones is pretty cool. Leo's fine. Leo's better than he's ever been. Jump on this lava. You won't. All right, here's the blender. Oh, he got out. Nice. Okay. All right. Well. Okay. Oh no! I dropped it. Oh no! It's fine. We recover. So the reason I talk about Bizarro the way I do, he's probably one of my favorite newcomers. I know I did a decent job of all the newcomers, he says, patting himself on the back. But I really like the idea of Bizarro because he was just a backwards ass character, and it allowed me to do a lot of things that really didn't make a whole lot of sense. Oh, my buttons aren't set. Well, it's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is normal. So the camera in this engine, it does what it wants to. Sometimes the zoom in works perfectly. Sometimes it just doesn't. And I have no control over that. At all. We punish that. And also, I might be dropping things because, for whatever reason, you know, I got out the shower and I fucking cut my hand on some new socks that I got. If that doesn't make any sense, it's because it's a paper cut and that shouldn't have happened. All right, but I'll talk more about this. So, Bizarro originally was literally just going to be a color swap of Superman with the same sprites, but I had his moveset and everything else. But A fucking was like, hey, what if he just had a fucking bowl cut? And do you want any new normals? And I was like, yeah, but who the fuck would want to deal with this sprite style? It's not a good one. Task Force, and by proxy, Death and Return of Superman spriting style can best be described as, yes, these are pixels. I don't understand how they came that way. It's like they had JPEG artifacts on sprites. It's the best way I can describe it. I just don't get it. Now, I don't have the overlay on the video because maybe this goes to YouTube. Maybe this arcade one goes to YouTube if it doesn't completely blow chunks. Oh, okay. He blocked it. He blocked it. Block this though. Watch this. Okay. Understandable. See? I mean, that checks out. Initially, like there was a portrait of Bizarro that had like a spiky haircut that didn't get okayed. We figured it was easier just to go with a bowl cut. And I would say that while developing this, there were times where I just kind of didn't want to do it anymore. There was a lot of moments where I was just kind of feeling like I didn't really want to bother because I've been working on this thing for so long, and it was starting to eat up my personal life. It was starting to eat up a lot of other things I wanted to do. Like I didn't really play video games like I used to anymore. For example, I bought and downloaded Sakuna of Rice and Ruin the day it came out. I literally just beat the game 3 days ago because I was finally able to go back in and play it for the first time. It took me a year to beat that damn game because I was barely able to play it. Like, I played most of it when I was on vacation in my hometown where I couldn't really work on this game literally that December. So this game ate up a lot of my time, and it was a lot of things that I wanted to do that I just couldn't. Sakura's a fucking great game. I love that game. Final boss kind of blew chunks, though. I was kind of disappointed by the final boss. But otherwise, that game is pretty fucking great. But the main reason that this game took up so much time is because I kept having ideas and I kept wanting to do things. Like, story mode didn't need to exist. It wasn't going to exist. It was never planned to exist. But I woke up one day and just said, hey, what if I just fucking put a story mode in this game? What if we just did that? I didn't really have an exact idea of how I was going to make it work even. I just knew I wanted to do that. And I was going to figure it out come hell or high water. During this time period, I was also contracted to work on a little game called Sango Fighter 1, a remake, so to speak. And that taught me a lot about this engine because of that, because I kind of had to figure shit out for that game. I was dealing with a very, 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 very picky person, and honestly, I don't really ever want to work with him again, but he's holding something that I want hostage, and I kind of need to for that reason. Did I just fucking block him gyrating at me? That's a proper response. But the main reason that's irrelevant is because that's kind of how we're going to get rollback on this engine. So a friend of mine is going to work with me on something else, and the end result of that is going to have rollback on this engine. I can't say when. I can't say how long it's going to take. I can just say 2022. That's the only thing I can guarantee is the year. Now, that's just how it is for right now. And I'm looking forward to that too, because it's going to be another remake of a game that people loved a lot. And I hope that people enjoy that too. I'm not even sure how I'm going to arrange that game. I'm not even sure if it's worth arranging, since the game had an arrange mode in it where you could just do a lot of things that you normally couldn't. But I'm looking forward to that too. My plan was to like take a break after I made this game and just really focus on me. That's not going to happen. As you saw today, for those following any of the social media accounts, there is going to be more things done with this game. There's going to be more content coming with this game. I'm not going to exactly tell you what that content is, because where's the fun in that? But there's definitely more content coming for this game. It's not going to add Bebop and Rocksteady because sprites cost money. And I say that a lot. So I'm sure some of you are thinking, oh, well, can I just donate to you and then you just have sprites made? Can I do that? The answer is no. This game is extremely litigious for both properties, and every day that this game exists where I haven't been C&D'd is a miracle. The only way to ensure that is to make sure that I do not have any public money coming my way, even though I really would like to, even though that would be great, because it's been very costly to do this. Games cost money. I hate to be the first one to tell you this. Even the free fan ones, if you want any kind of production quality, they cost money to make, and decisions have to be made. It has not been easy to be the director of this game. It has not been easy to be the programmer of this game. It has not been easy to be the person in charge of this game, because there are people who ask things of me every day. There's things I have to sign off on and be asked about in yay or nay when I might not be available. Like, I actually do work during the day. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I have a whole 9 to 5. Well, it's kind of a 9 of whatever. It's a whenever I work 8 hours kind of deal. So sometimes I work 7 to 3, sometimes I work 6 to 2, sometimes I work 9 to 5. but it was to the point where every other moment I was working on this game, for better or worse. That was a combo I didn't know existed. That was cool as shit, Flash. Anyway, it's been a lot, and the reception of this game is, I mean, I was expecting some reception. This is the sequel. It's not like we're completely brand new at this point. People have an idea of what the hell is going on with this game by now, right? So it's still been very good though. Like, I've been very appreciative of the people who have checked it out, the people who have played it. I have not been very appreciative of the people who keep fucking getting the name of the game wrong, or the people who are just blatantly saying things that are not true about the game. I have no control over that, but it does piss me off. This is the first time I'm going to talk about any of that in an open way that's not candid. Some people are just fucking get things wrong about this game in a way that drives me absolutely crazy. I'm glad your locals are liking the game. Yeah, Rat King was a lot of fun to make too. Some of the games I've, like, for whatever reason, people keep saying TMNT versus. And at no point does anyone logically consider the implications of that. Do the TMNT look like for a second they could kill anybody from this universe that is not Green Arrow or Batman? Maybe. There's no way they'd be versus. Come on, man. What, do people just think the X is there as a like the X-Men or something? I don't know. Some of that bothers me a little bit. The other thing that bothers me, when I see the word M.U.G.E.N next to this game, it's not. This engine is incredible for a lot of reasons, and one of the main reasons it's incredible to me is because it's not M.U.G.E.N. I can do whatever I want with it, and this game is living proof that I can do whatever I want with it. Like, look at this versus screen. I made this shit at 4 in the morning. That whole versus screen with the characters coming in and the stage thing and that, I did that while working a third shift at my job. Literally. A was up with me when I was working on it, and I was like, yo, I figured out how to get the stage to display on the versus screen. Something that I didn't think was possible. That's the level of cool shit that I've been able to do with this game. Like, sometimes I work on this game at the weirdest times because I also have a child. And that leaves me up at the weirdest times of the day. So, A's idea, since he comes up with a lot of the graphic fidelity designs of this game, is like, I want the versus screen to have this, and I want the stage to be on display. And at that point in time, I didn't have the heart to tell him that that wasn't really possible. Mostly because I didn't really know if it was myself, but I didn't say no to it. I just said I'd see what I could do. And lo and behold, I found the code that would display it. I'm fucking getting cooked. Cheetah with the perfect. I'm sorry, Cheetah. I did not mean. I don't know what I did, but I'm sorry. But A was dead. Some of A's ideas are like dead set on breaking conventions of things that I'm not even sure I can do, and breaking convention on some of the things that I didn't know I could get away with. But he did always push me to do things in a way that I'm like, I mean, I guess I could try. I'll figure it out. You know, maybe it's fine. And it kind of worked out for the best. It just worked out for the best. That was a swag combo I did not need to do. But that's why I like Bizarro. Bizarro's another open-ended combo character because he's so weird. He's not Casey Jones open-ended, but he can just kind of do a lot of things he doesn't want. By the way, it's not 8 o'clock. I knew I was going to start at 8, but I didn't know Dino was going to finish early when he did. So shout outs to Dino for not streaming till 8 o'clock. I can't believe it. Didn't stream for fucking 6 hours? What? You know, last week he stopped at 8 o'clock. We were playing my game. That was 2 weeks ago. Whatever. Anyway. So for a lot of the cool things that were in this game was entirely because A was like, we're going to do this. And I just said, okay, we can try. Oh shit. I might be dead. I might be dead. That was the clutchest shit I've ever done. Bizarro can super convert anywhere off screen. That's another cool thing I like about him. And I mean, I'm not going to say that there was no internal strife within the team. We had some moments. I didn't really want the game to overpower me talking. I'll turn it up a little bit. There was a lot of moments where we weren't sure what was going to really happen next. There were some times where we had some tips here and there. Things weren't always a steady ship. But at the end of the day, I was still trusted to be in charge. And that's a hard thing to do these days, because I've seen dev teams fall apart for less. I've seen where people just would split off and go, oh, you know what? I'm going to go do my own thing now because I don't need you guys. In fact, that Yu Yu Hakusho project that I was talking about a while ago, the stage maker just up and quit and said he's going to make his own game. The status of that game? Fucking nowhere. I don't even think it exists now. Like, he was such a good stage maker, but he just was like, I'm going to do my own thing. Those things happen, but the dude didn't know how to code anything else. In order to make video games, you need a solid ensemble of people who can do things very good, efficiently, and sometimes very quickly. I chose to be that person entirely because I have trust issues. And also because it was a level of saying, the only person capable of doing this crazy shit is me. And it was me telling myself that. Even though that probably isn't the case. But I mean, I've been around so many developers with M.U.G.E.N and its variants that it just kind of feels like that just is the objective truth. Oh, he doesn't fall for that command grab? Did I have too much block stun? Don't jump at me. Fair enough. And that's the other thing. People who want to make video games just assume they'll find the right people. Do you know how hard it's been to find a pixel artist to do fucking anything? It's been difficult because it just seems like everybody was so busy. Motor Roach came in at the 11th hour, and I still feel like he only did it because he was a friend of mine. Same thing with Mini Ninjas in the chat. Mini Ninjas is a person who I've seen ghost everybody. Not in the way of saying he's not going to deliver, but just in the way he's super busy. Like, he's super duper busy, and he still showed up. I've known Mini Ninjas for close to 10 years at this point. He was a legendary spider even back then. And getting him involved was something I didn't think he would want to do. Like, finding a spriter for April was so hard that I ended up having to outsource to somebody who never ever did that stuff before. And the quality was questionable. We had to fix that too. Also paid, I'm gonna diverge some information financially. April sprites cost me $1,200 to make. 1,200 whole dollars. And the end result was not that great. Honestly, it was kind of terrible. So A had to fix that. He had to go behind this person and fix that. And this is entirely because this person never made like more than one sprite before. So they just didn't know. But that was the price that I was willing to pay to have April in this game. And people still give me shit about the fact that, yeah, Asuka and April look the same. But that was kind of the point in the joke, is that Asuka and April look the same from the Genesis games to the Super Nintendo game. But people still are like, oh, well, why didn't you just put Asuka in the game? Because who literally the fuck is Asuka? You can't answer that question. Anybody who's asked me for Asuka, I always ask them, do you even know who the fuck she is? What is her point? What does she do? And they're just like, oh, well, she does the butt, and she spin real good. And I'm like, okay. But what else does she do? And they can't really tell me. So I'm like, why do you want me to put a character in that you're not even aware of how she works or what she does? You don't care about this character. You just want her there because you want her back from tournament fighters. And that's fine. That's a very reasonable reason to want something. But that doesn't mean that I'm just going to do that. I feel April Jones. Shout outs to one of the fucking comic book continuities where Casey and April got together. But I felt that April O'Neil was more deserving, honestly. Somebody's gotta die. So, I mean, if you guys haven't made it to stage 50 on Card Quest by now, I'm gonna spoil a couple things. One, yes, Karai is dead, storyline-wise. Two, no, Karai is not dead. You gotta find her, though. She's left in one... I've left her in one piece. She's in the game. You just gotta get to her. You just gotta find her. The question is, do you want to find her? For a lot of people who have found her, they have told me that they wish they did not find her, actually, because she's pretty fucking terrifying. And I look at it as one of my bigger careful what you wish for like deals. Jump at me, you won't. Jump at me, you won't. Jump at me, you won't. Yeah, that was a One Piece reference. I mean, I just chill right here if you want. I don't mind winning by time over. So, even though I made this AI, there are some things that it does that I just find completely funny. Bizarro's taught that item can hit people. Not that it matters. It's just funny. This is becoming a 1cc while I talk, so this is definitely going to end up on YouTube. Because I used to do an arcade playthrough for all characters in this game, and I just never really I didn't have a chance to do them. I've been super busy. Like, I don't have to tell you that fatherhood's a lot of work, but it is. And that's why I've not really been available to just stream and do shit. That's something that Dino didn't get to see with Casey Jones. Kind of bummed out about that. Wish he did. I don't know if he's still here. But his friends are all over the place. So Casey Jones was done by Motor Roach, obviously. And what I had in mind for him was like something that was entirely a flex of this engine. Because it allows you to remap sprites on the fly. Which allowed us to tackle the age-old problem of get hits. AKA the sprites that appear when you get hit. And the fact that you can only have one set of them. In this engine, you can kind of just sidestep that. You can do whatever the hell you want. I've worked with Motor Roach before. He's extremely talented. I've known him for probably 6-7 years now. And he was working on something else for me at the time that is still not finished. One day he'll finish it. One day. I don't know. He fucking finished Casey Jones in a month. And that still blows my mind because that's hard. He had to learn this sprite style of tournament fighters. And fucking, he did it. And not only did he do it, he fucking crushed it. Casey, sir. Oh my god. That's enough. Here's my flex. Ah! Is this gonna kill? Send this to Shanjam. Sanjam. I fucked with this name. Whatever. Yeah. Yeah, that's an April cosplayer. Everybody on this stage is not real. They don't exist. In fact, there's a dev note for this, is that there's a character named Sid, and my dev note is who the fuck is Sid on his actual effect code, because I didn't know who the hell that was. I couldn't be bothered to know who it was. So I'm gonna level with you guys. The Casey Jones fan movie is pretty great. I haven't watched it, but it's pretty great. So therefore, I don't really know who the hell half of the people in the stage when they gave them to me were. I know you had notes. I read the notes. It's just funny things for me. This game is inevitably going to be data mined by M.U.G.E.N people because that's what they do. And I left a lot of notes for them. Just in case they wanted to do that. Mostly a please don't, followed by a fuck off in a lot of ways. Understandable. That's just not gonna work on him. won't. Block this, you won't. It's okay to cheese the AI. It's always okay. I'm dead. Understandable. You earned that. You earned that. Well, I mean, there's the whole AMD problem, which apparently, if you have an NVIDIA graphic card, your AMD processor is still fine. I was very excited to hear that news. This is not looking good for the kid. He blocked it. I'm out of tricks. I honestly have no idea how the fuck I'm gonna pull this off. Okay. We take those. AMD has this issue where they're just like, what the hell is OpenGL, and we don't care about it. And that's just their answer. That's just how they feel about it. Okay. Just gonna see if he's gonna let me get away. Nope. Fuck it. That and Bizarro Super OTGs. It's the only one that does. Bizarro's pretty good in my opinion. Some people don't have him high up in their tier list. So I mean, I played Superman a little bit in Injustice because of story mode, but I used to main Solomon, Grundy, and Lobo. Two characters that are not going to be in this game ever. I don't know if I would call Bizarro S tier, but he's pretty good. He's pretty up there in my opinion. Like he's a pretty good ass character. Understandable. Fair enough. Fuck. I mean, I figured he would do it. I just didn't think he'd do it there. Huh. We made it to Kirby X. I can't believe it. So, I guess I'll let you guys see this dialogue because not a lot of people will. Because, honestly, this is the first time I've ever won CC with Bizarro. And that could change because we're fighting Kirby. But, I'm doing pretty good tonight while also talking about the game and a lot of things that happen with it. Obviously, there's some stuff that we had to cut that might not even come back, even though we're going to be doing some stuff next year. By the way, next year's update for all this stuff we're planning to do has no timetable. It'll come out when it comes out. We're not going to do that to ourselves again. The idea of this game coming out on the anniversary of Tournament Fighters was entirely because of A. And I just kind of rolled with it. Because I was like, I mean, it's probably doable. It's probably doable. I can't believe I dropped my fucking confirms. Look at me dropping everything. Yep, I shouldn't have done that. I'm probably gonna die. Fuck. Yep. Yeah, because Kirby Slide is horribly unsafe. And I don't really tell you that, and the game doesn't really tell you that either, but it's really unsafe. Fair enough. That cost me all of my salami. I can't believe it. So how do I come back from this? How do I come back from this? I mean, obviously I'm not just gonna do this the whole time. But I gotta do something, yeah. You can have that. He is sitting on a lot. That was the reason why I kept hitting him with projectiles. I wanted his stun to stay where it is. These are things that I think about when I play this game, and a lot of people just be like, "Oh, you couldn't have done that." But no, I actually do. It's things that I have to think about because I know all of the data to it. Like, that doesn't make me good at the game by any stretch of the mean. I don't do great at my own tournaments. That's another free punish. The fact that Bizarro can just do that is probably one of my other favorite things. Look at all that. Look at how much damage I just fucking cheated with. Basically. Fuck out of here. We got the 1cc with Bizarro. He's actually very hard to get a 1cc with, I'm not gonna lie. So this is Bizarro's ending that no streamer has showcased yet. Which sucks because it's really cool. Like, Bizarro's ending is funny as hell to me. It's everything silly about him. Shout outs to my friend Bombsoul. I've known him for pretty much an equal amount of time as Motor Roach. And in that time period, he's also been working on something for me that is not finished. One day he'll finish it. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe I make that character when he finishes those sprites at some point. He's been paid for them, but it's fine. He did deliver in this game though, mostly by gun. We told him that we could not afford for him to not work on it. So either he could or he couldn't, and that was just it. And he delivered. So we're going to Bizarro World. Now this music is extremely unfitting. I'm aware of that. That is the joke. I wanted it to be the most off-kilter, dumb shit I could think of. So I literally put in Happy Fantasy PlayStation music, and I found this song. I used to know the game where it's from, but I no longer do. It might be Lunar Saga 2? If somebody knows it, they'll correct me in the chat. It's fine. That said, I like this ending a lot, just to say the least. It's pretty cool. And I learned some interesting things about Twitch's whole payout thing. You don't get paid unless there's at least $100 that you make in a month. And that's kind of disappointing. Because there was a joke where I was like, "Oh, if you donate to my stream, I'll put T5 through college." Turns out I never got that $5. So the Twitch has been holding my money for over 5 years. Oh, these are some of the designs that Bizarro went through. Some of them are gags. Some of them are kind of serious. Shout out to the fucking Aquaman and Wonder Woman here. I wanted Bizarro with the fro. Quite honestly, Bizarro with the fro would have been the funniest fucking thing ever. And that's why we kept him. So we could, yeah, it's from Suikoden 2. It's definitely from Suikoden 2. That's where it is. But that's Bizarro's ending. Now, I suppose I could do an arcade one with Zoom, but you guys have already seen that. I could do one with Casey, but you guys have already seen that too. But considering this footage is going to YouTube, and I should have been recording that, and I wasn't, so now I fucking have to wait on Twitch to export it. We're just gonna see where the night takes us. As you can see, I've played this game a lot. I literally got this high score with Mikey 3 days ago. I was just randomly able to play the game. So, I didn't do too hot with Bizarro, but I got the 1cc, so I don't care. That's Mr. Jones' haircut, isn't it? Yeah. So you guys want to see some broken ass bullshit in tag mode?